So in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about Chelsea chopping, the Chelsea chop. So the Chelsea chop is named after what used to be done in England right about the same time as the Chelsea flower show. And what it means is they would cut the plants down halfway or less to keep them short and bushy when they bloomed, okay? So the Chelsea chop name comes from Chelsea in England. So the thing with Chelsea chop is, and if you look, there's a million videos on YouTube about Chelsea chop, and they're all good. And they usually have a little hand clipper, and they go down and they clip the branches, and you can take a third off, you can take a half. I generally take even a little more than that. I use a hedge trimmer because I have 10,000 square feet, and it takes me days anyway. But if I was doing it by hand, which I've done already, it takes me even longer. And then I got this guy, and it works really well. So the reason that I want to do this, so here we are in early June. I can lift my leg, and these plants are already 3 foot tall. These are Solidago goldenrod, probably Canada goldenrod. They're not going to bloom until late August, September, and if I don't cut them, well, they'll be this tall easily. And then what happens, because most of this garden is on a hill, they'll fall, and they fall into each other, and it's not attractive, and they won't bloom as well. So if I cut them in half, what will happen is they'll branch and get fuller and have even more flowers. And I want a lot of flowers. I mean, it's great. I'm in a public park. People love to see the flowers. It keeps me in good graces with the county supervisor because he gets so many positive responses from the beautiful garden. But the real reason I'm doing this, and the real reason I want you to do this, is so you get more flowers, so you will have more pollinators. So come fall, especially here, there are not a lot of plants flowering, and the insects need to build up. Some of them are going to winter over. The female bumblebees are going to winter over. They need, to be healthy going into the winter. They need a food supply. Other insects caterpillars are going to be burrowing it down and wintering over, and then in the spring they'll come out and become moths or butterflies. So all this is important for nature. The more flowers you get on a plant, on a native plant, got to be a native plant. You can do this with your big leaf hydrangeas at home, and it's not going to help anybody. You got to do it with your native plants. So the ones I'm going to cut in this garden primarily are goldenrod and the asters. I have 5 or 6 species of asters that naturally grew here. I didn't even plant them, and several species of goldenrod. And pretty much all of them I'm going to Chelsea chop. So they'll be smaller and bushier. They're still, September comes, this will be this tall again, but it won't be this tall. And it'll have a lot more branches and have a lot more flowers for the pollinators. So, you can either do it by hand. The deer have helped me a little bit too. The deer have already Chelsea chopped quite a bit of they love the New England asters, unfortunately. But I don't mind if they eat them now. But come late July, August, I'm going to be spraying them and putting down deer repellent because I want to get flowers. The whole idea is to get flowers, and they eat just the new growth where the flowers come from. So I want to control the deer. But anyway, this is Chelsea chop. It's not rocket science. And that's about 5 square feet, and I have to do 100 square feet. So this is going to take me several days, like I said. And at some point, probably after they start to regrow and you see how bushy they look and how nice, I'll come back and come back to this video, Not sure if you can see what I just did. Well, here's a good example. This little guy here. This is an aster. I mean, old-field asper, Sympia trichum pilosum, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but it looks nice now. But it's going to get tremendous if I don't cut it, you know. Now this is Rudbeckia Herta, and it's going to bloom soon, so I wouldn't cut that. And you know, I have some other things that are about to bloom, and I wouldn't cut. I could cut them. They would still branch out and bush out, but we're going into mid-June. I want to have as many things blooming as I can. I'm going to try to bring in as many pollinators as I can, because like I have explained to you, I hate to continually repeat myself, but there's not much else for the native insects to eat over here. There's all mugwort and a more honeysuckle and Japanese knotweed. And the plants can't eat, the animals can't eat that, you know. I have rabbits in here now, which I don't really want rabbits in here because they're destructive, but I never had rabbits before. In 7 years, I never had rabbits. So the natural animals are coming back. The wildlife is coming back. You know, every year I see more and more interesting things. And you can do this. You don't have to do 10,000 square feet. I always say that. You could do a small plot in your yard, or you could go join a Wild Ones or Audubon Society, your local Audubon, and they make native gardens, and they're always looking for people to maintain them. Maintenance is the main thing. It's the hardest thing, you know. So anyway, it's a little lesson on Chelsea chop and why you should do it. Here's another guy that's got to come down. Careful not to cut your leg. And the nice thing about these, this is it's a Black & Decker. It's inexpensive, and it has a battery pack to it. You know, it recharges. It's great. It really is. I don't need a cord. I have one at home with a cord. You know how many times I cut that stupid cord? So, you know, go electric. It's better for the environment too, I think. Okay. We'll see you soon. I'll do some more videos on this. Okay, so I have done Chelsea chopping this area. I don't know if you can see, we'll get in here. This is all chopped back. Now, there's a couple other reasons this is good to do. So a lot of these little plants, like in there is a Golden Alexander, they were getting shaded by the tall plants, and this will give them a little chance to grow. There's a columbine. You know, there's some other plants in here that now will get a chance to grow. There's a little phlox that is struggling, but he's doing okay. And now he has a lot more sun, you know. So it looks crappy right now. And in a couple of days, when all these branches like these here dry up, I'll start picking them up or pushing them underneath. But I do want to show you something. This one right here is one that was Chelsea chopped by the deer. So they had eaten it back. Let me see if I can get in there without stepping on anything. And you can see all the new growth that's shooting up. And that's the plan, you know. So this happens to be a New England aster. And even down here, look at, there's little shoots coming up the side. If this wasn't chopped back, they'd just be tall, single stems, and they wouldn't get that many flowers, you know. So this is what it looks like chopped back, and in maybe 3 or 4 weeks, it'll look like this with all this new growth, you know, which the deer will want to eat, but I'm going to have to try to keep them off, you know. So this is what it looks like after a Chelsea chop. It looks terrible. Some park goer was videotaping me. I'm sure she's going to complain to management, excuse me, that I'm ruining all the plants. But he knows what I'm doing. It is what it is. So that's the deal. That's the Chelsea chop. And this is about, what I do, about a quarter of it. I got 3/4 to go. Took me a couple more hours, but I'm going home now. I'm going to have some lunch, sit down on the chair, the cat will be on my lap, and we'll both go to sleep. Okay, so you guys have a good day. I hope you like these videos. If you do, leave me a comment, what you like to see. Tell me what you're doing. Give me a little feedback. I want to make these things so that you enjoy them, but also that, you're a little inspired to get out and do some of this work for nature, for the wild bees and butterflies and birds and animals, So, okay, well, you guys have a great day. Please hit subscribe. If you like this video, please like it, and I'll keep making them. You have a good one.